It is a small group today, so don't expect we will take the whole hour. But we'll go ahead and start as we usually do with some intentions and distractions. Cool. So for me, Chatfy intentions today, get caught up on revenue brainstorm, add on to it, and then update everyone on balancer progress. Those are the main ones for me, and no distractions today. A lot of coffee in my system, pretty focused. All right, cool. Brody, I will pass it to you, sir.
My intentions today are simply to listen to what you guys are working on and spend some time thinking to myself what security implications that might bring up. I'm just eavesdropping, and I am distracted enough that I'm likely to bounce out of the meeting early.
Cool. I'm gonna pass it to someone else.
Yeah, I'll toss it to Yas.
Cool, thanks. So intentions from my side, just to continue being updated on the research calls. Also was curious about this brainstorming session for the revenue streams. And in terms of distractions, I need to actually make my way to a friend's in half an hour, so I'll be walking and on my phone. I may need to also jump out earlier, but I'll do my best to stay till the end of the call. And I'll pass it to Jess, I guess, last person here.
You just send it to me?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Hi everyone, GM. Okay, so intentions, distractions, I guess, right? I to refocus on GIVeconomy topics and support with the balancer public goods pool. Yeah. And distractions, I'm coming from a couple of meetings, but now my head is here. That's it. Is anyone missing, or I pass it back to you, Chad?
I think I will go ahead and take it. Cool. Awesome. So since it's a small group of us, drinking just in time, sir, I will go ahead and give you the mic for quick intentions and distractions before we get started.
Intend to figure out what is going on as I walk in the room. I just like to keep up and see what's going on. And distractions. I have an appointment walk-in coming in any minute. They'll probably come in at the worst possible moment. That's usually the way it works. And I think that's it, actually.
Cool. Awesome. I am going to run and grab a charger before my computer dies. I will be right back. Can anyone hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Awesome, sweet. I had 0.5% battery when I started. My computer is POS, and it died on me. Anyway, let me share my screen again. Yeah, so I guess as far as the agenda today, I mean, it's kind of a small group, so we can kind of focus on whatever. My suggestion is that we quickly go over some of the open tickets, and then we spend the rest of the time talking about the revenue streams. I think this is a very interesting topic, and it's worth taking our time with. So I think, just a preliminary, looks like you guys had a preliminary session. I think a follow-up session just to get me in tune with what you guys were talking about would be good. So selfishly, if I could use the rest of the time for that, I think that would be good. Anyone want to run kind of through this in a different way, or does that sound good?
Sounds good. I will also add maybe, I know we had some updates on the balancer pool, and maybe we can take advantage that people are here also to kind of like boost some of the forum proposals that especially you and Simone have created.
Yep, definitely. Good deal. So cool. Again, I'll briefly run through some open items, and then we can spend the rest of the time talking about revenue. So, yes, I sent you what's his name? Fabio's Discord. I think it was yesterday. Has he reached back out to you at all?
Yeah, he actually responded
I have
today.
an update on that. So Luisa added me on Discord. I think Luisa is going to be easier to talk with than Fabio. And she asked me to set up a time, because I actually suggested that we should set up a time with our devs and their devs to kind of like sort out the sources of information that we're using. So I still have not chose a time. This was late yesterday, and I'm still figuring out what is best, because Luisa is in Brazil this week, and next week is going to be in Germany. And Monique, for example, who is, I think, our main dev that is very interested on having this experience in data, it's in Iran. So I think it's going to be next week for sure. But if someone wants to be kind of like on the loop for that, just DM me to kind of like try to fix the right time for the call.
Awesome. Really appreciate you taking the torch.
Please, if you can just keep me in the loop, because I'm also talking to Fabio and he's looking into the dashboard that I've been working on, and Chris was sharing regarding the Giveth, IO, and Trace. So just that like people would not really get lost in translation here, and everyone working on like same things. Maybe like we can talk later, take it offline, Kotaba, and then arrange like a group chat with all of these members involved and have a call together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a great idea. Okay, awesome. Really glad to see some progress being made on this. I think it's an important topic. So thank you both, Kotabe and Yas, for making some progress on this. Cool. Let's see, revenue streams. We will save that one because I want to spend some time on that. Matching pool funding. I don't really have a whole lot of insight into this one. Unless anyone wants to talk about it, I am probably going to skip over this until Mitch can kind of talk to it. But I'll give everyone a second if anyone wants to bring up anything on this.
I'm very interested on the topic. I want to kind of like dig deeper and bring some own suggestions and points, but I don't have anything right now, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. So I prefer to work on this before kind of like get into the topic.
Cool, awesome. Let's bookmark this then, and we can talk about it next week. I'll do some reading into it as well. I didn't have time to look through this for today's call. Oops, did I think this was the right link? Yeah, cool. Sweet. So we will talk about this next week. I'll make a little note here. Awesome. So if you want to give that a peek before next week so you can participate in the conversation, that'd be awesome. All right, so we will head on over to ZenHub. I think the only real token swap that we have updates for is Balancer. So while this is loading, Kotabe, if you want to maybe talk real quick to some of the updates.
Sure. Yeah. So Chad, Simone, and I just created a group to kind of like move this a bit faster. So we have split who is talking with which organization, and right now the main progress is since I don't know, maybe 4 days ago, we have a post on Radical for the balancer pool. So I haven't seen how is it going. It's on my to-do list for today. I can add it here, but it definitely will use some love.
Definitely. So we can take a quick look at that. And as you were talking, I was just updating. So I had contacted Optimism. I pinged to kind of ask him to point me in the right direction. And then I also made a post in Balancer and I tagged Fabio in that. Let's see. Control click is what I should be doing. So here's Simone's post. If you want to go in the ZenHub and grab it, he linked to my original post. I bumped it. If we just want to go in, if the next person like Kotabe, if you want to go in today and bump it, I think that would be good. So we can just keep it at the top of their forum list daily. If we get more eyes on it, I think that would be good. Not a whole lot of activity on their side, but yeah, let's just let's keep trying to bump it, keep some eyes on it. As far as, damn, I keep doing that. As far as the Balancer, if you are in the Balancer Discord or you are interested in joining the Balancer Discord to help me out. Oh, why did that not leave my comment? Dang. Oh, here it is. I posted in the partnerships channel. So basically just a gauge of interest. So if you want to go there and comment on it, or if you know anyone in Balancer that you want to say, hey, you should go check out the partnerships channel, be my guest, that would be awesome. And yeah, so we'll have a couple more of these rolling out, whether they be forum posts or Discord posts. So yeah, we'll continue to update on those, but the ball is rolling. So keep some momentum on that one. I think that is the only real token swap that we need to talk about today. I'm going to check just in case. So bear with me for one moment. Yeah. Bankless is going to be rolled up in Balancer, and Gitcoin, we're waiting on Griff. So I will head on over to the next epic, see if there's anything to talk about quickly. Don't think so with this one. I kept this one open for some reason, so I'm not going to close it, but there's nothing to talk about there. The nice token, we did have the future features. I don't think there's been. Oh yeah, Kotabe, you had posted something in the NR Give for vote for the POAPs.
Yes, it was set to pass. I think it will pass today. Sure. But it's basically we now have a bounties budget. Yay! And so we are going to create the bounties for the POAPs. What I will do for Monday between other bounties proposals or suggestions. They will vote on it and it will get going.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Cool. And let's see what else we got. I think that is the last. Austerity measures. Yes, I believe you are heading this one. We talked about the forum posts last time and all the tweets. Is there anything else you wanted to add on to this one today?
Yeah, sadly, no response. I actually got one response from like an ex-ambassador who no longer is with DAO. So nothing really here. But on the investment front, I actually got one interested VC. They are Berlin-based fund, HV. So they would actually like to dig deeper, get back so we can dig deeper into the technicals of this discussion. But yeah, I'm trying to engage other VCs and try to see if through them we can get the attention of the DAO community as well and kind of split the investment into tranches between several co-investors. So that's the update there.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm breaking up just a little bit, but I got the gist of what you said. So again, want to offer my help and anyone else in this group's help if you need anything. But yeah, thank you for continuing on that one. And yeah, let us know if you need help. So that is all I had. I know we've got several people that are having to drop off at the half hour here. So I am going to open up the revenue streams, and I would like to go ahead and start talking about this, unless anyone else has another topic they want to bring up before I start talking.
Yeah, I do. Are you dropping off at the half an hour too, Chad?
I can stay on.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that I am starting to following up kind of like the liquidity that we have on Uniswap with the Angel Vault. I think it's going to be a good practice just to see how it's moving week by week. So I am doing it. I am doing that right now. I will just share the link right here.
Sure.
So basically, we have a bit more liquidity now, more positions on the less positions on OneGive, more positions on Give from last week. I think it's normal. I mean, we're in a bear market. It's not that much. The ones that we lost on OneGive, it is a lot. The ones that have been added on Give, but I think it's normal. It's just like people trying to place Give on further like sales orders, so that like when Give makes increase its price, they can make some profit out of it, and that's normal, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, that those are just my own experienced eyes, and I just wanted to know, like, especially, I don't know, ChatFi, that you have more financial background. Do you think it's good to follow up these things, and do you think that my analysis was correct?
Yeah, I think it's definitely good to follow this weekly. I think that's a great idea. I'm trying to think, is there an actual Uniswap chart for this pool? There should be.
Yeah, I can send you the link too. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Because that could be a good source, literally just to get screen captures of it on some cadence, just to kind of keep track of it, and we can talk about it here. But as far as your analysis, what do you think the conclusion is from what you're saying? If you could just reiterate that.
I will say that more people are selling Give, and more people are like positioning sale orders for Give like at higher prices, so that when the price goes up, they can buy. But I mean, at least there is liquidity there, which I think that's the cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
That will be my analysis. That we had like 10K more of OneGive from last week, but I don't think that's too much. I think that's just fine. I mean, unless there is a bigger trend on there for a long of time, I think everything else is going to be good.
Why is this not working? Oh, there we go.
I don't know also how much of this is maybe Angel Ball doing it by itself. I will be curious to know, because that looks very uniform.
Does. Yeah, I'd have to take this offline. The Angel Vault is an enigma to me. Yeah, I'll take this offline, Katabi. We can talk, and then we'll circle back with the group next week if that works for you.
And the multi-sig group was like we didn't have any actions this week, so everything was good, looking good.
Okay, yeah, looks good. I mean, it looks like it's getting the job done. Do anyone here knows when are the APRs going to go down? I mean, I know we have it in the post, just like if someone has it in the back of their head.
I think it's next week or
Okay.
this week. Or this is the third week.
I think this is the third one, but APR seems still are high on the. I will check on this, and if there's something weird happening, I'll just write on the Discord channel.
Okay.
Wow.
What was that, John Ken?
So the APR and the one give can stay up a little bit for extra time. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not complaining either. I just became an angel.
Nice. Good deal. Sweet. Yeah. So I'll get Katabi with you offline, and we can dig into this a little bit more. But cool. I guess for the rest of the time, we can start talking about the revenue streams. So this is something I had talked about with Lauren and Kotabe, and then Mitch happened to bring it up last week, which I thought, awesome. So it's good that some of the core members are thinking about this. So just some background. Giveth relies solely on either donators or benefactors to continue running. There's no source of revenue. So basically, it's either donations or benefactors, including Griff, that are paying salaries and basically just keeping everything afloat. So I was looking at some of the numbers here, and it looks like you guys had a pretty in-depth conversation. Is there someone here that was a part of this group, potentially either Kotabe or Yas?
Yeah, I think most of us were actually. I can give you my side of the story. I think Mitch just wanted to kind of like share with everyone what he's been thinking. Not necessarily to make any decisions right now, but like kind of like while people are at Burning Man, just let it. What's the word? Let us chew on it, and maybe bring back this conversation again once everyone is back. So there was not really kind of like one proposal ready to go ahead, but kind of like a temperature check, and just let us think about it to really start discussing it once everyone is back.
Yeah, agreed. I was thinking a little bit about it, and in case we're going to charge like percentages of donations, it probably needs to be like a step percentage, because if the donation is too large, then the fee would be very high. And connected to that, I would like to try and consolidate this data discrepancy, so we have like a unified data in one place where we can actually, based on that, also work on the potential fee that we would like to introduce to the structure. So I think we also need to have that data in place to see exactly the donations we are having in the annual basis. If we charge a fee historically, what would have been the case? Kind of forecasting what would be the case if we introduce the fee. So I think it would be good to also have that data in place and then have this brainstorm when the guys are also back.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't disagree. But I guess as far as the fee is concerned, I mean, so at 1%, that means the monthly operating costs of Giveth are 150,000 to break even. If we're saying that 15 million, yeah, so 15 million donation, 1%, 150,000. We actually get 100,000 monthly average donations. So 1% would be 1,000 a month. So our operating costs are more than even our donations that we're getting for projects a month. So I think the idea that solely relying on a percentage fee to break even is impossible based on these numbers. So I think that begs the question, is it worth completely changing Giveth's messaging for $1,000 a month? And my initial thoughts are no. I mean, even if we jack that up to like 5%, based on $100,000 monthly donation to projects, is it worth $5,000 a month to completely change Giveth's marketing and really messaging?
I don't think it changes anything like that because I thought it was already in there. I had kind of blown away that it even came up. It's like, wait, you don't charge? How do you make any revenue at all? They'd have to have something to keep everything running.
Benefactors, yep.
Who trusts them? But you know, even 0.5% just to have something coming in.
My view on it, I know that, for example, like Griff and a lot of core members are very much into these zero fees, especially for donations. I think it's a great way to kind of like grow right now. I do know I've been talking with Griff about this because I'm trying to understand it myself, like on the sustainability side, and it's like we don't want to have a business model. We want to have an economic model. And it sounds amazing. If we can make it, I will really like it. But I also have my own kind of like reservations and say, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it does make sense to have some revenue streams. I don't know. I think that a good middle point there, and something that I was just thinking right now, is not having mandatory fees, but just giving people the option might nudge a lot of donations. So for example, Eventbrite, you have the option to, when you use Eventbrite, give a donation. But so you can decide how much is your donation, right? But then if you can decide how much is your donation, then most likely, at least when I get into that, because I just bought my, I think, DevCon ticket or one of those events, and I was like, okay, I need to give a donation. Okay, I'm not going to do like $1 or something like that. I give more. And being optional maybe it helps, and also being very explicit of what's the use for it. If the use for it of any kind of fees is like buy back the give token for the DAO for the purpose of increasing its value and helping the give economy in general, and hence later on the projects that are going to be collateralized by Give, I think that people will say like, okay, hell yeah, like take 5% of my donation to this other project, and that's just fine. But I don't know. Those are just some thoughts that run into my head.
Yeah, I do like the idea of optional.
Yeah, I've seen that at least at one other place, onefortheworld.org, which is another big charity org, and they have a you can choose to donate a particular percentage to the operating costs of the organization, and that worked on me at least. I gave them like 10% whenever I donated.
Maybe if the choice, maybe do 0.5%, 1%, 5% type of levels, 10%. You know, that's an
Just
interesting.
put a text box there. People will
Yeah.
go nuts. Well, actually, I think that One for the World might have said like, "Would you like to give 10% to operating costs?" And I just like clicked yes on it. But what you guys are talking about, like I have seen it in other places, and I have seen that it works because that the people who are doing giving in the first place are the ones who are awfully generous, and giving them the opportunity to be additionally generous seems to work.
And the other thing is, of course, more farms. What are they called? Regen farms from other DAOs and stuff like that. Because we actually have some kind of a streamish from them too. Because every time they top up, we get like a fee or something like that.
Yeah, I think was that what this this bit was about, Kotabe or Yas?
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, we also talk about the farms, and it's the second one. So right now we charge the DAOs as part of what we do. Part of it goes to our matching fund, and part of it goes to our liquidity. Sorry, not liquidity, to our multisig. And what I think what Mitch was suggesting, we should also charge the people that are providing liquidity. It's like common practice on the farms, and with the farms, I am way more open to it. With donations, like making them mandatory, I'm not sure if we had a vote today, if I will support that. It would really depend on the how. But with the farms, I am also like thinking, yeah, this will make a lot of sense. This will make a lot of sense.
We would charge a liquidity provider. We charge liquidity providers today.
No, we don't. But we could charge like 1.5% or some percentage.
Protocol. Like Shapeshift.
Okay, to the DAO. Okay, so we charge a one-time fee, but not.
Yeah, every time that they deposit is a small percentage fee on whatever they deposit to keep their farm going.
And we do
That
that
way it's an
today.
ongoing thing too, or can be.
Okay. So right now, at present, every time Shapeshift deposits, we charge them 1.5%.
I don't know that answer, but I think so. That'd be more of a Mitch thing when he's back.
Right now, what happens is that when they top off, we're going to charge like a fixed fee of 1K and 2% of the total rewards. 1% will go to our treasury, and 1% will go to donation.dev, which is our matching fund. But what Mitch was suggesting is to charge also the liquidity providers like a fee.
So like an Anon liquidity provider, not necessarily the protocol.
Exactly. That was the suggestion. That's at least how I understood it.
That sounds. I don't know where his head was at. That sounds like a terrible idea because you're going to scare away liquidity. If I got charged, if I got charged to put my money in a bank, I would laugh my way out the door.
You don't do much banking then, huh? I'm getting charged.
not in TradFi. But
I have a couple businesses, and every time you deposit, cash, you can get charged. It sucks.
Really?
Not much, still.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe I'm just thinking too narrowly right now, but charging liquidity.
I want to be charged deposit the funds because for me supplying an LP, I usually end up losing or breaking even at best.
Yeah, LPing is a difficult sport.
Yep.
But that said, I think liquidity providers they basically see big triple-digit, double-digit APRs, and I think most retail kind of blindly puts it in. And if they see those numbers and they say, they're going through the UI and it says, oh, you're going to be charged, 1.52% of your initial deposit to do this, I think that's going to scare off a lot of liquidity providers. Because I can do it for free on a million other different protocols.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I kind of want to pick Mitch's brain about that one, because that sounds at the surface, that sounds like not a great idea.
And we could be basically translating his words wrong. So
Yeah, I'm thinking his head's somewhere else on that one. Either that or there's something I'm not thinking about. Or maybe he's thinking, yeah, like the whole TradFi banking system. Interesting. Okay.
I think that at least what he's thinking is we need some revenue streams, and these are just a lot of ideas to discuss. And I do agree. I am very interested on having some buyback systems. That I completely agree with. I mean, potentially we could also have. I've been thinking that we should have our own better systems of fundraising. I mean, maybe more projects, maybe a project for buyback, and then also kind of like dog fooding our system and making sure we become better at fundraising, both on Giveth and on GIVeconomy, for example. Now that the grants are coming again, I don't know. Those are just my thoughts, but it will be nice to start buying back some Giveth from the market.
Yeah. Okay. I would say, yeah. I mean, I really do like the idea of the optional donation, because it's like the whole, like Brody said, the big givers, if you give them an easy, literally just tick a box that says, there's an option for like, it's like, you go and you buy a taco or, whatever, you buy some food and it's like 10%, 15%, 20%. And it's like on the iPad. It makes it really easy for you to leave a tip. I think some simple UI like that would make it easy for a donator to leave a portion of their donation to Giveth.
you leave a tip at fast food.
I mean, taco doesn't have to be fast food. I'm thinking I got a burrito from a food truck yesterday. So that was on my mind.
Yeah. This might have been slow. I don't know. But yeah, the asking and putting the modal in there that you don't put the percentage or something. You just put in the number that automatically calculates it for you. That's a no-brainer. I love that.
So to kind of flesh that out a little bit more, as a donator, would you prefer that a portion of your donation gets taken out, or would you prefer you donate more? So let's say you interact with the contract or whatever, you approve DAI, and you go to donate 100 DAI, and at the bottom it says, thanks for donating 100 DAI. Do you want to click this box to donate 110 DAI, or do you want to click this box to donate 90 DAI to your project and 10 DAI to Giveth?
I think the more, personally.
More?
I think so.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I think that's actually GIVeconomy is already doing that. I believe so.
Sorry, Kotabe, can you say that again?
I agree. I like it, and I think GIVeconomy is doing that.
You think Gitcoin is doing that?
Yeah, I remember that the last two times that I made a donation, at the end is like, hey, you want to also add some extra for. I don't remember if it's for their own kind of like operational cost or for the funding, the matching fund, but I think GIVeconomy does that. And I mean, it works with me every time that I have donated. I said like, oh yeah, GIVeconomy is awesome. I want to give them this also.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. I could go either way, but I think it might come across better as a donator if Giveth is not looking like we're quote unquote skimming off the top, and that I want to donate $100, and then all of a sudden now my donation gets slashed 10% because Giveth is being greedy. Or do we just say, you know what, I will give that extra 10 to Giveth because they're the platform that's helping me facilitate this donation.
Or 1% or make it so that they can put the number in, whatever, something.
Yeah, maybe it's like a tick box for like 5, a tick box for 10.
I don't know. I like the open one, just because I have 111 die. I might put 11 in there, or I have I only have 106. That sort of shit.
I will be happy to take some initiative into kind of like maybe do a mock-up for this, because I think that it's great to have it open, like to have the option to have it open, but it's also great to signal and nudge them towards what can be good, and kind of like standardize, like, yeah, I mean, 10% will be really good, and then but have it open and they can set something different. Because if you, I don't know, it just gives them a signal, and it's kind of like a psychological starting point.
Maybe the check boxes for 5%, 10%, and then another one for an open box that you input the number.
Yeah,
exactly.
Great. Now we're designing UX and UI stuff.
this is the fun part.
Maybe we should ask the UX folks. Or I was about to say, does anybody here have experience in the nonprofit world? But I guess that's everybody. There may be some research behind this. I'll see if I can Google some while we're talking about it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll ask some parties from the group that are especially focused on those things.
My leave at 12:30 was changed, so now I think it's 2:00. So I got time.
Cool. Do a temperature check. See who's still on. Oh, we still have everyone. Sweet.
My bookend is still 1:00. We'll see how that goes. I keep trying to click on the updates in your screen, and it's driving me nuts.
Updates? What updates? Oh, over here.
I keep going over there and clicking on it. It's like, dang it. It doesn't work.
Cool. So I think we're in the right direction with that. I think that's definitely an idea worth bringing to a wider audience. So yeah, I guess outside of, and I'm interested to see what Brody and Katabi come up with as far as, I guess, trying to get the most donation possible via UI. I think that's a really interesting topic. But outside of asking for donations from for operational expenses from current donors, what else could we do?
This might be obvious, but do we have a spot that somebody could just donate directly to something?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, so that and benefactors is how we operate.
Where is that? I just closed the dang site. I left it open. Where is that? Overview.
As far as I know, we have a list in our documentation, like, hey, if you wanted to donate directly to Giveth, here's like the MetaMask.
That's not what I mean, right up on top, right at the bottom, somewhere right there. Somebody, because like donate to the Giveth directly or something,
Oh, nice.
Support us with your donation. There it is on the bottom right.
Bottom right. Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, right there.
Is that?
You can actually get give backs for it. Credit card, crypto.
Is this one default to Giveth?
But you can do other tokens, so yeah.
Oh, I mean, like, does it default to donating to Giveth? Like this homepage?
That's
Community of makers?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's supposed to be Giveth one.
Yeah, so I think if you click donate now, this is Giveth.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's the same. Awesome.
Hmm.
At least it's there somewhere. I might be smarter to put it up top as well, but that's a UI thingy again.
So
Donate right there.
typically, I mean, in the real world, you make money off of a product. Our
Right, well, that's
product.
why in the product for us right now is the regen farms, and we got it out to 2 people, Cult and Shapeshift. So, isn't there a third coming? Actually, or is it Cult? Was the new? I don't remember now.
So right now on Region Farms, what we have is extension for the potential extension for Shapeshift, and we have so the nice thing that I hope that gets in soon is with Aragon. They are kind of like incubating projects, and if they decide to kind of like help them use region farms, that will just make a very healthy pipeline for the region farms. But kind of like this conversation has been going on since Eat Barcelona, and it's just going to be slow, I guess. And right now we have a couple of region farms that might start with the standard, which they are not a DAO, but they are going to create a S euro, stable euro. They say that they are not an algorithmic stable coin. It does sound a little bit like an algorithmic stable coin. But yeah, those are the next ones that are kind of like on our pipeline. And also Santi Siri suggested me to go to the UBI forum and create that one. So that's also on the pipeline right now. But yeah, I'm just trying to find who are the people. It's very hard to bring the project themselves into the region farm. So I'm trying to find like the partners that are spinning off these projects, like Aragon in this case. I want to talk with Christina from Social Stack, but she's also at Burning Man and she has not been replying to me. But yeah, that's kind of like the status on region farms. It's been tricky to find the right partner.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a tough nut to crack. So outside of onboarding, or maybe we shouldn't even talk about outside of this. So onboarding other people to regen farms gets us 1.5%, or I'm sorry, 1% of, well, I guess, yeah, no, 2% from the seeding of the pool and the top offs. Because I mean, 1% going to givebacks. Well, those givebacks are just for that pool. So I wouldn't even.
No. 1% goes to our matching fund, and the other percent goes to treasury.
Yeah, so the 1% goes directly toward rewarding liquidity providers for that regen farm.
No.
No.
1% goes to our treasury. That one is very clear, and the other 1% goes to one wallet where we are collecting money for having our matching funds, so that which are going to be very correlated to give power. So we're going to give more of those. So it's basically all that money is going to donations for our projects.
Gotcha.
We are going to, the more give power that these projects have behind them, the more that they will get from these matching funds.
That's what this is about?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. All right. So either we increase the amount that goes to the treasury percentage-wise. Obviously, we can onboard more people. Those are two ways to get more revenue from our product. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what we could do. Because I think at its core, Giveth product is really a donation platform. So this is going to yield the most.
One idea that I think from the ideas that Mitch brought last week, the one that I liked the most was kind of like go with the big dogs and just say, hey, is there appetite for having kind of like a snippet or something to nudge donations for people that are using your protocol? Kind of like, yes, something in Unix. I mean, Unix will be amazing, but or Balancer or Aave or anywhere. Do you want to like let them or give them the opportunity to donate within the journeys that you have or your UX? I mean, I think I'm not saying that that will be easy, but I think that will be sweet if we manage to get to land even one of those. Then maybe that will give a lot of donations.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, we would be asking major protocols to donate to public goods, aka us.
Yes, but not necessarily from the DAO perspective, but from the user perspective. Kind of like have something that connects to their UX UI.
Oh, gotcha.
When I am swapping or when I am bridging or when I am whatever, I have the opportunity to say, hey, I would like to. Do you want to donate to projects doing public good? And like, oh yeah, I actually would like to do it, and even if it's just this 0.1% or whatever.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think Uniswap's kind of pie in the sky, but I like where your head's at. I think HoneySwap might be down for it, just to kind of get an MVP out there for something like this.
That's a great idea.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. I have a call at the top of the hour I have to attend. But I think this was great. I think we should probably, whatever time we have left over for the next couple weeks after these meetings, I think we should continue to iterate on this. I'm going to try and organize this a little bit better. I'm not a huge fan of Notion, just because it's a big ass block of text. Pardon my French. Try to do it a different way. But yeah, no, I think if you have any ideas for now, if you want to jump into this Notion, I linked it. I linked it on the matching pool funding here. It's on last week's as well. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So today's emoji is a steak. Make sure you're eating healthy. If you are a vegetarian, vegan, or pescatarian, that's totally fine. Just make sure you're eating healthy. Can't forget that. If you eat good, you feel good. So with that, I will close off today's meeting. Thank you everyone for joining, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks.
See you guys.
See you.